Okay. Okay, hi everyone. This is Mr. J from home because I apparently now am self-quarantined. Don't worry, everything is totally fine. And I'm basically going to be giving you instructions as to what you have to be doing in class, just in this video. So I'm going to start with the assignment. If you already know this, you're welcome to skip past this part in the video. So I think this is for 6B specifically. Your goal is to use the speech bubble elements, which I went over in class, and if not, I'm going to show you right now. So we're going to click Create New, as always. I'm going to click the Full HD template and click Create. So now we get this blank document. My computer screen size is a little bit different than yours, so might look a little weird, but you can see, you know how this all works. So I'm going to zoom out, and I'm going to add an image. So over here, I'm going to go to stock photo, and I'm going to search for... This works really well. I'm just going to get a quick background. I'm going to add current. I'm going to add another picture. I'm going to search for a person. Awesome. I'm going to zoom out on this, put him right over here. Okay, well, we have this guy, we have a background. Now, the goal for right now is to get him to speak, to get a little speech bubble coming out of him. So what we're going to do is go down to Add Element. Now, this is the same place we actually went to add like overlays or like the Instagram filters, except we're going to go down to the bottom over here, and we're going to search for, or we click on the sticker. Now, what it does is it brings up a bunch of different categories, everything from accessories to alpaca for some reason, and we're going to scroll down until we see the comic category. Now, in here, there's a bunch of different things. You can get like a Batman-style zap, or Hulk like angry, but that's actually not what we're going for, so we're going to delete those. We're going to grab a speech bubble. So I click this, and it reappears over here. Now, it's just like any other object or any other image. It's on its own new layer, and you can move it around freely, make it bigger or smaller, just like that. So the first thing we want to do is this. Obviously, the guy is facing this way, is facing to my right, and the speech bubble is coming from the opposite direction. So we want to flip it so it matches his face. So we're going to go down to the Arrange tool, or go up to the Arrange tool, second from the top over here. Now this is where we can move all our stuff. And there's a button that says Rotate Horizontal, or Flip Horizontal. It actually looks kind of like, I'm going to zoom in over here. It looks like a little bow tie. Flip Horizontal. I'm going to reset the zoom, and I'm going to click that, and you see it flips. All it does is it moves a little tail just to the other side. So now we can put it here, and it looks like he's speaking, kind of. So now what we have to do is add some text. Now, I'm sure you already know how to add text, but I'll just do it really quickly. So we're going to do text, add new text, and we get this text box. I'm going to do, hey, exclamation point. I'm going to change the color to black. I'm going to move it right here. Change the font so it's a little more fun. I like that one. Make it nice and bigger. Oh, like that, and place it in there. Awesome. So now we have a speech bubble. Very simple speech bubble with some text inside. But here's the annoying part. If we want to move the speech bubble over here, what we have to do is drag first the text object, and go to the Arrange tool, then move this behind it. So what we're going to do is merge these two layers together. Keep in mind, though, before you do this, you have to make sure that you are done editing the text, because once you merge them, you can't edit the text anymore and you have to start over. So it's a little annoying, but it'll make your life a lot easier if you know this trick. So we're going to position the text where we want. I like it right there. And you'll notice if I zoom in on the layer panel over here, it's a little bit better. We have all these different layers. I'm going to select the text layer, the 3 dots, and we're going to do merge down. You can also do Control E. And so now this is a single object that you can move around. The text bubble, the speech bubble with the text inside, it's a single object that you can move wherever, just like that. So that makes it a lot easier. You can also show and hide it if you're editing. And if you're done with a character, you can actually take the speech bubble and merge it down with the guy. So now you have this one object that you can put wherever. So I'm going to create a new document. Now your goal, I think this is specifically for 6B, if I did not go over this already, is to use this technique to create a basic 3-panel comic strip based on any part, this is up to you, any part of the Purim story. So a quick example of this is this Garfield comic strip. So we have a single long image, a long canvas size, and it's split up into 3 different boxes, or panels they're called. So just 3 different very basic images that tell a very simple story. So you're actually going to do this using images from the internet, from the stock photo library, to create a little story using 1 or more characters. So I'm going to go create create new. Now, obviously, we want a relatively long canvas size. So to do that, what I'm going to do is start with full HD. I'm going to select this, and I'm going to increase the width to about 2000, just to make it a little wider or a little longer. Click create. So now we have this. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. So it's a little more rectangular than like super long, but for what we're doing, it works. So the way we split it up into panels, there's a bunch of different ways, but I'll show you the easiest. We're going to add image, click stock, and I'm going to find a background of the place I want. So for now, let's just do a courtyard. So I'm going to search for courtyard, and we're going to look for an image that is portrait, that it's taken in portrait mode. So it's like nice and tall. So right now I'm not going for anything specific, so I'm going to click this one. And if you zoom out, you'll see it's nice and tall. I'm going to shrink this a little bit. And you'll notice if I shrink it to just the right size and I position it just like this, it actually takes up about roughly a third of the canvas. So we have our first panel. Then I'm going to add another one, and I'm going to search palace. Again, I'm just doing some basic examples. It's not meant to be good. I'm sure you guys can do a lot better. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to zoom out a lot, shrink it down. The images kind of overlap a little bit, but it's fine for what we're doing. It's not a huge deal. And then I'm going to add one more, and we're going to do a field. I'm literally just getting like a random images that kind of sort of match. It's up to you to make this work really well. Same thing again. We're going to shrink it and position it right over here. So now we have this very basic, I'm actually bringing this layer to the top, this very basic 3-panel comic strip. So now what we can do is add some characters. Now the way I'm going to do it is like this. I'm going to open up a new tab and I'm going to search for King Clip Art. I'm going to go to images. I'm going to get, this little guy works. Now you'll notice he actually has a transparent background already. That actually makes it really easy for us. So now what we're going to do, once we find the picture we like, is we're going to right click on my mouse or 2-finger click on a Chromebook, just 2-finger click down, and do copy image address. What this does is it essentially copies, like copy and paste, the link, that's this thing up here, to the picture, which we can then paste somewhere. So if we go back to Pixlr and we do, when we add image, instead of going to stock or browse, we're going to click the middle one that says URL. Click that, and now we can Control V to paste it, click load, add current, and now we have this little dude right here, which we can move around just like that. So we have this guy standing. It almost looks like it matches, works pretty well. And now I'm going to do the same thing. Add an element, sticker. I'm going to do this very simply, just really quickly. Comic. Merge down. So now we have this very basic comic strip, but I know for a fact yours are going to be a lot better than this one. So by the time I get back to school, I really like to see all of you have this done. It's very simple, 3 panels. It does not need to be super realistic. You don't need to use pictures of real people. You can use the stock photos and then some clip art characters like this. It can be super cartoony. It's totally fine as long as it makes sense. Now the other videos in this playlist, it's actually all by one guy, another yeshiva teacher, that basically goes over different features of Pixlr. Some of these you might already know, like the cutout tool or just the main page, things like that. But some of these might be worth going over again. I would highly recommend watching these. We have the adjust, filter, and effect panels, which I only went over slightly in class, so it's worth watching that. There's the retouch, drawing, text, add element, and some other things like that that are really worth watching and I think will make your projects a lot better. So if you already started your project, continue it. And if you did not, get started now. And I look forward to seeing what you all have created by the time we get back. Thanks so much. Bye, guys.